Hi, Hector. Thank you for coming in today. Were you able to find the office all right?
I got dropped off. I didn't. I'm here.
And well, I'm glad that you're here and I'm glad to meet you today. Before we talk, I want to hear what brings you in and your story. But before we start, there are some things that I want just to lay out first. And one of those things is confidentiality. So one of the very special things about this counseling relationship is what you say in this office will stay between us. Um, so that means that you're free to share whatever you want to share, and nobody else will find out about it unless there are a few exceptions. So I want to just make sure that you're really clear about those first. So if you share that you're thinking about hurting yourself or someone else, I would be legally required to share that information. Or if you share that a child or an elderly person or someone who can't take care of themselves is being harmed, I would have to share that as well. And then if I was ordered by a judge or legally required to share something, then I would have to share that as well. But other than that, whatever you say to me is confidential. Do you have any questions about that?
No. I just want to just get this over with.
Yeah. Oh, well, let's start with, um,
Sorry. I didn't sleep well last night. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so what's been going on? Tell me a little bit about your story and what brings you in today.
Well, first of all, I'm sorry if I seem a little out of sorts. I would say it's nice to meet you, but I don't think that you'd want to meet someone like me. I've been through a lot and just can't do it anymore. I
Mhm.
feel useless and old and I just want to kind of end it all.
So what has led you to feeling this way?
Well, I grew up a hard worker. I remember being 6, 7 and carrying bricks for my dad in his construction business and feeling like I was making something. When you make something, especially like a house or somebody's even bathroom, you're contributing to their well-being. And I always thought, man, I'm making this person, helping this person live better. And I don't feel like I am, I feel like a house that has been burned down because
Mhm.
I got in an accident a couple years ago. And I spent 4 months in the hospital. This happened 5 months ago. And I broke my shoulder and my arm and my leg, and I can't walk right anymore. And I walk with a limp, and I can't work, and I can't do anything. And so I feel unincluded, and excuse me, I just don't feel useful anymore. And now it's made me want to feel something. And lately that's turned to drink. And I don't. I care, but I don't care.
Well, thank you for sharing. You have a lot on your shoulders, it sounds like there's a lot going on in your life.
I would have a lot on my shoulders, but I broke my shoulder. So,
So you were in construction, you worked construction since you were a child?
yeah, well, I mean, it's not like child labor or anything, but my family did it, and I would do it. And my first job was working with my old man, and I loved it. And as I said 5 months ago, an auto accident, it
Mhm.
changed everything. I don't even know whose fault it was anymore. All I know is that I'm just left in this situation. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, yeah, that's a hard place to be. So talk to me a little bit about your family.
Yeah, grew up a family. My dad and my mom were like kind of like rabbits. We had like seven. I have like six other siblings and myself.
Mhm.
And even though I was kind of like a middle child, I had two younger sisters and a younger brother. He's the youngest. He always looked up to me.
Mhm.
Always looked up to me. And I thought, even though I was in the middle, I was still kind of a leader to my younger siblings.
Mhm.
And they they can't even look at me anymore.
Mm.
And my little sisters who I want to protect, I feel like I can't protect them. And as my little brother getting older, I feel he hasn't said anything, but I feel like he doesn't see me as his big brother. You know, he just sees me as somebody who was something and now is something else.
Mm.
I can't I can't see them anymore. I mean, I've never been a crier, but I cry all the time now because I feel dead. And you know, and I think that they think of the memory of me as if I was dead.
So it sounds like all the ways that you were used to contributing to your family, like the construction business and as a leader to your siblings, you really can't, you feel like you can't do those things anymore. Is that right?
I mean, what use am I now? I mean, I'm a man in the family. I should be strong and I need to support my family and I'm married and I don't want my wife to have to work and I don't know what to do to make a living. And I just feel like the best thing to do is to alleviate, I don't know if alleviate's a word, but alleviate myself from the,
Mhm. Sounds like you're in a lot of pain. The person you want to be, you feel like you can't be that person.
I want to admit it, but I'm in a hell of a lot of pain. And I can't do anything about it. And it just feels like I'm hopeless.
Yeah. Sometimes when our world is crashing down around us, it's hard to even know where to start. Um,
It's unfair.
yeah, yeah, I understand. So thinking about your family, your wife and your children, how has in the past, how have you felt like your role as a man, um, and your family? Can you explain that role to me?
I grew up, as I said before, in a hard working family. We didn't make, I mean, my dad had a construction business, so we made enough.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
we weren't incredibly comfortable, but we were provided for.
Mhm.
And I grew up with that kind of mindset that me being the leader of the family meant providing and working hard, being the first one up and the last one to sleep.
Yeah.
And I feel like my wife is now the leader, and I'm just watching in the sidelines, watching my kids suffer, and I can't do it anymore. And I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm so angry because I can't, and I try, and I can't do anything. I have to walk with a limp, and I feel so useless and poor, and even though my wife is encouraging and loving, I know that it's taking a toll on her and I can't take it anymore. And I want to give up. I want to give up for not just for me, but for them, because this isn't the life that my wife needs to have. And this isn't the life my kids should see their father living.
I imagine that anybody in your circumstance would feel the same way. And the way
And
you,
why did it happen to me? Why do I have to go through this over? I mean, it's only been 5 months, but it feels like 5 years, and every day is a struggle. Every day. I have to ask my wife to help me when I use the restroom to pull up my pants and my underwear, and she has to help me in the middle of the night when I can't move, and she has to rub my shoulders and my back in the middle of the night, and it's gotten to the point to where I kind of sneak out and I get a drink and I tell myself this is not just for me but for her, because if I'm feeling numb then she doesn't have to do anything, and if I'm passed out then she doesn't have to do anything for me, and this is why I feel like I drink, and now I feel like I need it now to survive and I can't do anything about it.
Mhm.
I've just I'm empty inside.
So it sounds like the alcohol is serving a purpose in your life right now.
It's become who I am.
I think that it sounds like you're leaning on it to alleviate this pain that you have.
I feel like I have two canes. One of them is the one I used to walk to, and the other one is what I walk to, which is the alcohol.
Mhm. So before you came in, I had you fill out this form about your alcohol use.
Excuse me.
It's fine. And looking through your form, um, the top score, so the highest score you can get is 40, and you scored 38 out of 40, which is concerning. Yeah,
I didn't hit 40.
you know.
The only 40 I hit were the ones in the refrigerator. Sorry.
We're okay.
Easy to laugh.
So you need some water.
Never mind. I was gonna say I need a drink. Please just go ahead. Go ahead,
Okay.
continue. I'm sorry. Get back on track.
That's all right. You're okay. So looking at this school, you know, it's high, and I know that there's a reason the way you're explaining it, you know, it makes sense why you would choose to drink. That makes sense. Okay, it's serving a purpose in your life, right? Because you're in so much pain. There's just this sense of hopelessness.
This isn't me.
No.
This isn't me. And I'm tired not being me.
You have a lot of people in your life who love you, and that's why you're here, because they're worried, and they want you to find that hope again. Okay, so this is where we're at now, but this is not where we have to stay. So I want you to think, and you know it can be hard to picture a different reality, a hopeful reality, when everything around you feels wrong. You know that can be really hard, but I want you to think that in your life there's some things that you can change, and there's some things that you can't change. The things that are in your control to change, I want you to think about those things. Think about maybe one or two things that if they were to change, your life would be significantly better. What would those things be?
Why? I know you're expecting me to say the right thing, but I just feel as though the best thing for my family to live on is to live without me. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but this is how I feel at the moment. If I didn't have this problem, if I didn't have this, I feel like a used junky car, and I've turned to drink. I think that the best thing, I don't want to drink anymore, but I drink to feel, and I drink because it makes me feel like they don't have to deal with me if I'm passed out, and they don't have to deal with me. They can just leave me in a corner somewhere, and they don't have to worry about me because they know where I am. And if I can give them that, then I want to give them that so they don't have to do for me anymore.
Mhm.
But I am also tired of drinking because worsens it worsens the feeling. You know, I try to reason to myself, but once I'm in it, I feel worse.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm sober, I think these things that I could help them, but once I start, I become even worse. I become even more useless, and I'm angrier.
Yeah.
I'm angrier. I'm angrier at what happened. It just like, is it micro? I don't know. It just it broadens my condition, and everything that I feel makes me feel worse.
Mhm.
And so I keep drinking so I'm not as angry, and then I pass out.
Mhm. So,
I don't want to drink anymore.
yeah,
I don't want to be in pain anymore, but I don't know what to do.
well, I know we're working with rehabilitation for that pain and for finding ways to improve your mobility and to work through that pain. So that plan is in place.
They've been nice.
Yeah, that
They-
plan is in place.
It's nice to have people around me that know exactly how I feel. No offense to you, because I'm sure you're not a drunkard, but
Yeah.
go to these classes and I see the same dead look in their eyes,
Mhm.
and it's as hell.
So you're saying you've been attending a peer support group like AA? Okay, and that helps. That's good, yeah.
I just want to, I know I should go to it more, but my addiction kind of holds me back.
Mm.
But I want it, I want it, I want it, I want to, I want to continue, and I want to get better. And I know that what happened to me isn't my fault, but what is my fault is how I've chosen to handle it. And I want to get better at that so I can, so my family can still see me as something other than a drunken, defeated man who's 35.
Well, this process that we're going through, it's grieving. You're grieving the person that you used to be, the opportunities that you used to have. Right? This is part of that process. Your family loves you and they're here to support you, and through every step of the way, they're here. Right? And I'm here and I'm with you, and we're going to work through this together, and we're going to get there. I'm going to get there. As our time is kind of coming to the end today, I just kind of want to check in and see where you are. It was good to hear your story. I had heard from your intake forms, I knew some things about it, but to hear from you and to hear where you're at and the pain that you feel, and I want you to understand that what you're going through, it's understandable. It's understandable. You've been through something very traumatic, but you're here and you're making progress, and things can get better. So I want us right now, putting the other things out of our mind and just focusing on the drinking, because that's something that we can change and something we can improve. And you're going to the meetings, and that's wonderful. That's very helpful. But just thinking about how ready you are to change. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, I don't want to change anything, and I don't want change. And 10, I am there, I'm ready.
I'm ready. I wanted to, my body is not, but my mind is ready. My mind's at an 11, but my addiction is at
Yeah.
like a 4 because I want to change. I just don't know how.
Mhm. Yeah, we can talk about some resources. But this week, what's one thing this week that you can commit to improving your relationship with alcohol?
It might sound off topic, but I want to. When I was not drinking, when I was the leader, I would make my family breakfast and eat it with him. And I can't make it, but I want to start eating breakfast with my family again.
Yeah.
Instead of just laying and passed out and waking up at God knows when. I want to start.
Yeah.
I want to start seeing my kids off to school, and I want to eat breakfast with them again.
Yeah.
I want to try that. I want to try that.
That's a very good goal. So this week, how many days a week do you want to do that?
Well, they go to school Monday through Friday, so I want to try maybe Monday and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If I give up, I want to give myself a day of understanding. So maybe
4 days.
4 days.
Okay. So this week you're gonna have breakfast with your family 4 days
Okay.
before school. And then the AA meetings, do you commit to going to those regularly?
It's once a week, but you can have accountability people that you can call.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I want to try that at least 2 times, 2 calls and once a week.
Okay,
I want to try. I want to try.
that's a good
I
plan.
want to try.
And then I'll see you again next week too.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
we're gonna keep working on this, okay?
This has been a big help. Thank you for listening, because I don't have a lot of people to talk to anymore that's not family, and I feel guilty talking to them. Okay.
Okay, it was really good to meet you, Hector.
You want to meet my wife?
Okay,
Okay,
all right, let's go in the lobby and meet your wife, okay?
okay.
All right.